Guys, Mezzanak is like the #2 guy of TTV. His trivia should have lots of cool things to say.
Look, all I gotta say is I went out on the weekend and I brought my Mezzanak Lives Matter tie, and it was such a big, great time.
The top of Mezzanak's interesting info is Mezzanak is known for grinding or playing for long periods of time on video games.
Cuts him at the club, twerking.
He's known for grinding. I'll see nothing wrong.
Can I just say something? If Mezzanak was throwing it back, Caleb, how hard would it be for me to not get an erection?
If Mezzanak was grinding right in my crotch area, I think I'd feel some tingles. I'm just saying.
How many drops of pre-com? 3? 8?
I'm gonna give it a solid even 6.
It's only fair. He's a pro at grinding, whatever the fuck it says.
He's known for grinding, ideas. He's not necessarily very good at it, but he grinds all the time, constantly.
So I'm picturing him being shit at grinding, but he just does it all the time.
Gosh dang, I have a lot of quips that I want to say, but it would be crude and rude.
When I hear people pronounce Inika as Inika, I cringe. Looking at Eljay. Eljay says Inika? I've heard that a few times.
God.
It's terrible.
Special needs, dickhead.
Hey,
You may be one Inika, you might be many.
Hey, you can't say uniquer.
that's their word, dude.
I want to give a shout out to Inikers.
The question is for all of you, who is your least favorite Toa? In canon? Less of it, probably.
You can't knock any of the Inika, they're all god tier.
Kongu is racist. He was so pissed when a Toa of Earth got to fly. That is a compelling argument that Kongu's the worst.
That is true. His argument was that someone of a different race didn't deserve to fly, essentially.
That is legitimate racism. I like to joke about Jawa being horribly racist and Mask Alike, but it's technically a joke. So.
Well, Kongu actually has racial prejudice against Nipara. He's like, ugh, he's my least favorite Iniker.
You might need to start explaining that.
We're quoting Eljay right
Yeah, Eljay was.
He says Iniker. Eljay's a nice guy.
Eljay's also known for his excessive knowledge on Bionicle, often correcting people like John.
Really? Wow. He said his name was Jahi.
His real name is John, but they also interchangeably call him John and Kahi, so it doesn't make any sense.
Mrs. Johnson, come get your boy, okay? He's causing mayhem. He shits himself. Come get your boy, Mrs. Johnson.
Now I'm just imagining like Eljay being taken into the principal, and the principal's like, "What has this boy done?" And the teacher explains, "He was correcting all the other little boys on their Bionicle knowledge and being very, very."
Look, he was bullying Jahi in the hall. So take him home and shelter him, please.
So the Joker's gas, but in the form of a Kanohi mask. Oh, that's
My
interesting.
father was married to Mrs. Johnson.
Yeah, my father wore a Kanohi.
My father sheltered me as a child.
My father sheltered me. That's okay because I'm a nice guy.
My father told me not to be teased by the other TTV cast members.
My father, he gave me a roof. Walls.
My father remixed my reviews.
My father subscribed to Quentin Reviews.
Some people think I'm a bit sheltered, as commented on in the Runaka recap review numerous times. Eljay naturally has a deep love of the canon and story, and when it's challenged...
naturally. Mrs. Johnson bred that into his genes.
My father was a big proponent of eugenics. 50,000 Johnson children were killed before he bred the perfect specimen.
My father was a femboy.
Oh my gosh.
One time my brother and I gaslit a guy in our film department that basically it's like you're not a real like film buff if you haven't watched every episode of Oprah. Basically my brother can do straight face bits where people can't tell if he's joking with them or not joking with them and make them get really uncomfortable and insecure. And I have the ability of, if guys ever in a discussion in a group of people who like I wouldn't say are particularly friends, Kai needs me to back him up on something. Actions first, questions later.
That's what it should be. I was at a wedding, and there was this weird guy there that was pissing me off. He was such a tryhard, and I was referring to him as a clown, right? It got to the end, reception and stuff. They came up with a game. You had to put like a song name in like this hat, and then that song would play next in the Spotify playlist, and then everyone had to guess who picked the song. So I specifically picked the... That's great. When that shit played, everyone was just like, wait a minute, that's the clown music. My friend's like, well, it must have been you. I'm like, shut the fuck up, why? No one knew me. No one knew it would have been me. You ruined the plan.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
I love that Onewa is the first character you see in the movie.
If there was one Bionicle character to get a spin-off, I'd love it to be Onewa.
What would the story be?
They could do something like how between Bionicle 2 and 3, it's like, oh, they turned into Jiraga. Nope, no, they didn't. Just before they become Toa, there should be a scene where like Onewa goes back to the bar in Pometru, and it's like a Cheers pastiche. And you have like a Frasier Matoran, and like a big fat stinky Chungus Matoran that goes Norm. Like, that's what I think should happen.
That's great.
You tell me that there's a fat soy jack that goes "Arr!" and cheers.
They
Yeah.
go, say the line, Ted Danson. Norm.
Also, wait, isn't Norm like one of those characters? Is the guy who's in all the Pixar movies, John Ratzenberger? Isn't that right?
John Lasseter like groped a woman in the background of every Cheers episode. It's a little Easter egg
Little
for the
cameo,
diehard
yeah.
fans.
Sticking out my gat for the Lassiter.
Like fake Marvel fans are always like, I saw Stan Lee in the toilet in the back, but I'm just like, I'm looking for the fucking John Lasseter cameo in Cheers, you know.
You guys ever heard about the Helryx Clause? The Helryx Clause was like an actual bit of lore added. We should dress up like Santa every year. I was gonna make up a good lie for that. The Helryx Clause. Come on, that sounds like something Greg would add.
Honestly, I was gonna say, yeah, it sounds like a cool version of the Toa code. Like, that was like its official name.
Oh yeah, I literally could have just said the Helryx Clause was when she made the Toa code void for like a day, and so they could kill a bunch of people.
Just such a flimsy thing, being like, okay, what if we just abandoned all of our morals just for one day?
It's called the Purge, dude.
Merge! They're doing the purge! They're doing the purge merge!
The Helryx Clause is when Tahu just really wants to burn the crap out of Nectan.
Oh, yeah.
Can I please have the Helryx Clause? And she's like, let him have it.
What would you do if Alex's canonical voice is just Mark Simpson?
Tahoe, you should really just murder Nectan today.
Helryx, I don't want to murder Nick.
China in the comments is absolutely correct. Like, CCBS is actually really good as supplemental tools. Just like any Lego, if you're creative, you can do good shit with it. CCBS vanilla sucks. It's just visually very uninteresting to look at.
I'm just thinking of how many CCBS only mocks I see, like especially into my YouTube sphere. Hello.
Well, I think they're like, well, let's make it design something so that... Let's make a design. Let's make something that. Let's try and create something that. That's right. Let's mold children's minds by. Let's work with the young minds and just. Did the character just turn into Luigi or something?
And yes, you just saw that Luigi makes when he gets a power star.
Yes.
Why are all your characters just yes and no?
The DVD extras where Takua basically does the Wenua like archive audio, and when it goes to the Takua entry, Takua's like,
Hey, that's me!
When you look in the mirror the first time in the morning.
Hey, I'm hard.
And yes, when you wake up in the morning, you go, hey, that's me! And you look in the mirror.
I go, whoa, that's me, my best pal in all of Takoro.
Toa Liwa, the spirit of air. He's really friendly, but he talks fast, and I don't always understand what he's saying until a little after he's finished.
I don't like his foreign accent. Why doesn't he speak American?
He has such a weird voice. I feel like the casting directors could have done a better job. I'm a dumb 15-year-old Bionicle fan.
I don't understand what he says. If he was voiced by a giga incel Eljay, it would be a lot better. Eljay is the biggest degenerate on Matanui.
I feel like that's more of a Wenua one, less particular one.
Eljay's a fucking...
How does LJ have a GF while Callan doesn't? Whoa!
Oh, that's...
Because LJ's he's a really romantic guy. What's wrong with you guys? Every woman goes up to LJ and says, you're a catch, my dude.
Every woman goes up to LJ and they say, please go away.
Oh, wait, why did they go up to him and say, go away?
But some people are negatively direct, it's a thing.
LJ is romantic, but he hides behind a mirror.
Mirror.